I tore down my mom's kitchen. The old kitchen that my parents had used for 20 years was in a sorry state. After the previous renovation of the dilapidated stove area, some sharp-eyed fans suggested I renovate this part too. The 20-year-old design was really out of date. The open layout was messy, with rice and flour sacks on the floor, and the storage was unreasonable. The cabinets were full of pots, pans, bowls, and various sundries. So today, I'm going to transform this place. I directly removed the old framework. Demolishing is something I really enjoy, much more exciting than a stress relief room, but when it comes to redesigning, my head aches. However, no big deal. I'll design a new cabinet combination with separate storage. The wall cabinets will have a lifting function for my parents' convenience. So I rushed to the custom processing factory overnight and had all the required boards made. This way, not only is the efficiency higher, but also the accuracy. I never expected that such a small cabinet would need so many boards. When all the boards were unpacked, I was really at a loss. Even with the blueprint in hand, I was a bit confused. But luckily, I asked the boss for a detailed diagram to check the custom-made boards for corresponding positions. Then it's simple. I classified the boards and then it's just like building blocks. I assembled them. This process is basically able for anyone with hands. Soon, the main bodies of 2 floor cabinets were spliced together. The widened recess can also be filled with cabinets to make it neater. Then connect the cabinets to each other. Next, it's time to assemble the drawers. Now install half of the slide rails on one side of the drawer and the other half on the cabinet. This makes the drawer more useful than using partitions for storage. As for the right part, install slide rails at the bottom to install a pull-out grain storage barrel for storing grains. Next, we can install the countertop. Now apply silicone sealant on the top of the cabinet and ask my cousin to help install the custom-made terrazzo countertop. At the same time, paste the bottom edge, banding to hide the splicing marks of the cabinets. Prop it up with boards. After it solidifies, start installing the cabinet doors. While waiting, we can first assemble the wall cabinets. With the previous experience, assembling the wall cabinets is now a piece of cake. First, drill holes in the wall with an electric hammer and lock the cabinet with expansion screws. The more holes you drill, the more stable it will be. Next, install the pre-reserved light strips. As for the power supply of the light strips, we need to transform the original old socket into a track socket to increase the electrical potential. At the same time, reserve a wire and lead the wire to the top of the cabinet to set up a lighting transformer. In this way, the power supply of the light strips is solved. In addition, a hole is reserved under the cabinet to install a pre-prepared lifting basket. Its power supply is just reserved at the top and can be controlled to descend by voice. This is convenient for control, and also convenient for my parents to get things from high places. Of course, there are still some accessories not installed. First, install this storage basket. You can DIY a storage rack according to your own storage needs. This small design is very user-friendly. As for the smaller space next to it, only a manual pull-out basket can be installed. It's small, but very convenient to use. Next, we can start installing the cabinet doors. Install a push-to-open device at the top to achieve a handle-less effect. As for the lower cabinet doors, since there is a gap left, there's no need to install a separate door handle. The overall effect will look more concise and high-end. As for the drawers of the floor cabinets, installing the door panels is a bit more difficult. First, drive the screws through the cabinet, leaving some screw heads exposed. Use a ruler to control the gap at the bottom, then adjust the position of the door panel and give it a couple hard knocks. This fixes the position. Then lock it with screws from the back. The upper panel is the same. In this way, the door panels of 2 drawers are installed, fitting perfectly without exposing the screw holes. As for the panel of the rice barrel, you can use the self-contained locator. After installing the hanging code, lock it from the back. As for the gap of the countertop, we still need to apply a circle of silicone sealant. But my silicone applying skills are really average. I can only rely on tricks to make up for the lack of skills. Use this unused card to scrape it around. The overall effect is very good. In addition, this rice barrel can hold 5 different kinds of rice, just corresponding to the 5 grains. Put desiccants in the lid to prevent insects and facilitate storage. Take as much as you need. In addition, these 2 large drawers are also very capacious and useful. As for my dad's various teas, they can be stored separately in the manual pull-out basket for easy access. A positioning device is added below. In the future, when a water dispenser is placed, it will be a small tea corner. Other small electrical appliances can also be used at the same time. The lifting basket can also be touch-controlled. When it is lowered, it becomes my dad's small bar. As for the top layer of the wall cabinet, it is used to store my dad's treasures. Today's renovation ends here. See you next time.